Good morning. So today we are going to work on our warriors from a chair. And reason is to help us to ignite our inner warriors so that we can meet any challenge head on. What we learn most of the time, if we analyze things that have happened in our lives and things that have gone well or not so well, we realize that if we had only listened to ourselves, or if we had only had trust in our instinct and in our own judgment, things might have worked out better. We have the answers to most problems within us because we have so much wisdom that we've earned over the years, but also our inner spirit is connected to the greater spirit. So let's begin by closing our eyes and coming inside. And we're going to do Ujjayi breath today, because that is the breath of victory. It's the warrior's breath. And we do that by closing off our any air other than what comes through our nose. So I like to put my tongue behind my teeth up on the palate as a way to close off any other air than what comes through the nose, so that you have this breath that sounds like the ocean, like you have a conch up against your ear. This breath helps you to focus. It's a breath I like to call upon when I'm in a difficult pose and I need to focus. After your next exhale, return to your natural breath. And open your eyes. So we will begin by warming up. Bring your right hand, arm straight up alongside your right ear. Bend your elbow and place your hand over your ear. So you're not grabbing, you're just gently placing your hand. Really, the base, the heel of your hand is above your ear. And you're just going to let the weight of your arm, so you're not pulling your head to the right, you're letting the weight of your arm open up your neck. Allow your arm to get heavier. And then release it, come back up to neutral. Other side, arm straight up, bend your elbow, hand to your ear, and let your arm, the weight of your arm, open up your neck. Allow your arm to get heavier, get limp. And then release and come back to center. Send your nose up to the sky. Send your chin to your chest. Go back and forth, go slowly. You may feel some tension in the back of your neck, which is where we hold a lot of tension. And then pause and come to neutral. Roll your shoulders forward. Pause and roll them the opposite way. And then pause. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders and reach for something that is on your right side. Reach for it, and then come back to center. Over to the left, reach. Come back to center. Let your arms fall comfortably by your sides. Lift your left arm alongside your left ear and reach to the right to stretch your left side body from the hips to your fingertips. Both arms to center. Inhale, exhale. Stretch your right side body. Bring both arms to center. Come away from the back of your seat. Let your arms go behind you. Interlace your fingers. Send your knuckles either to the seat, or if you're on the side of the chair like I am, they can go a little bit farther. We're just going to open your heart up just a little bit. And then release your arms. Come back to center. Right arm lifts and reaches around the back of your chair, left arm to the outside of your right leg, and twist and use the leverage of your right hand over the back of the chair, or even if you have it on the side, to help you twist a little bit more. When you're inhaling, feel your spine lengthening, crown of your head reaching up. When you're empty of breath, maybe you can twist just a little bit more. Looking over your right shoulder. Notice if your neck feels a little looser. Right arm alongside right ear, and we're going to just swivel all the way over to the other side, wrapping your left arm around the back of the chair, your right hand outside your left leg. And again, here too, lengthen on the inhale, twist when you're empty of breath. Both arms alongside your ears, come back to center and release your arms. Send your arms straight out. We're going to do hummingbird circles. So little tiny circles so that you can just hover over that flower, get some of that sweet nectar, and then begin to make your circles bigger and bigger and bigger until your fingers are pointing to the mat. And when they come up, they're reaching for the sky, opening your shoulders fully. And then the next time your fingers are reaching for the mat, go the opposite way. Send your arms back behind you. We're going to start with big circles this time, and eventually come to little circles. Little hummingbird circles, hummingbird arms, wings, and release. And just pause for a moment. Shake your head no, yes. Right. So let's come to the edge of the chair or the side, and we'll put our hands on our knees. Bend your elbows towards your waist. Send your heart forward so your spine is curling in a C shape. Exhale to a cat back, arching your spine behind you. Inhale, exhale. This time when you inhale, slide your hands up to the top of your thighs, send your elbows back behind you. Inhale, slide them to your knees, straighten your arms, curl. Oh, this is to come to cat. Inhale, exhale. A few more times at your own pace. And then come to sit. All right. Come on the ball of your right foot and bring it down, left foot, and then go back and forth to your ankles, your calves. And then bring both your feet flat on the mat. Come to the edge of the chair. Lengthen your right leg and make circles with your big toe. And pause and go the other way. And pause. Left leg. Make those circles. They can be little circles. They can be any size circle. And then you'll go the other way. Before you switch from one direction to the other, make sure you pause for a second. Okay. Forgive me, we have ants here. And I try not to kill them and just send them off to bother somebody else. Okay. Before we get to our warriors, let's do a sun salutation. So open your legs to the corners of your seat. Hands on your thighs. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fold. Again, you can have your forearms on your thighs, or you can bring your arms all the way inside your legs and bow over. your left hand is on the floor, or on your forearm is on your left thigh. You're going to fan open to the right. You're going to bring your hand back down. You're going to come forward to a flat back. And then you're going to fly out and up and down the center line. Okay, other side. Gather. Exhale, fold. Right arm or hand stays put, fan open to the left. Bring your arm back down, come up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. Right. So turn to the side of your chair. And you're going to come to the edge of your chair so that your one thigh, I have my left thigh on the chair, and my right leg is bent and reaching for the floor. If you have long legs, you may be able to touch the floor with your knee or not. You can have your toes turned under or flat. You're holding on to the back of the chair. You're going to heel toe your left foot a little farther away from you. And you're going to try and square your hips and send your arms up alongside your ears for warrior one. Look between your hands. Bring your hands to a prayer, Anjali Mudra, praying for victory. And bring your hand to your heart. Interlace your fingers behind you. And come forward over your left thigh for a devotional or humble warrior. And then lift all the way back up. If that stretch on your leg was too uncomfortable for you on this side, we'll try a different way of doing our warrior one. So you can either go back to where we were, or you can send your leg straight out to the side. All right, so that might be more comfortable. Arms alongside ears, warrior one. Say a prayer. Bring it to your heart. Arms swing back behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Any amount, it could be just a couple of inches, or you can come all the way over your thigh, whatever works for you. To show humility, bow your head. Humble warrior. And then come right back up. All right. All right, so for warrior two, we're going to do something very similar. But this time we will definitely have our legs straight, going straight out from the hip. So left leg, right leg is bent. You're going to square your shoulders with the front edge of the chair. You're going to send your arm straight out, looking over your right hand. This is to size up. Think of your arm as a telescope. as a viewer so that you can figure out the challenge you must meet and develop a strategy. Let your left hand come down to the seat of the chair. Your right hand reaches up in a gesture of peace. You can extend your left arm as well. Peaceful warrior. Come back to your warrior two. Release your arms. All right. Other side. So right leg goes out, left is bent. If you're doing the opposite legs, that's fine, doesn't matter, just as long as it's not the same one you did before. I know you know that, but you know. Okay. You're going to turn so that your shoulders are square with the front edge of your seat. Your arms straight out, you're looking over your left arm. And your strategy is peace, peaceful warrior. And come back to warrior two and release it. Come round to the front of your chair. Right. So we will be using our chair for a warrior three in a few minutes. But let's just bring our arms up alongside our ears. Legs to the corners of the chair. Inhale and exhale, hinge from your hip joint. So let's do it this way. Bring your hand on your pelvis, your hip bone, and just hinge forward. Hinge forward, any amount. Maybe it's just a little bit, or maybe it's a lot, right? And come forward. And then come back up. And now we'll do that same thing with our arms long. Inhale, exhale, come forward for a warrior three. Your arms are alongside your ears. And come back up. Okay. I'm being attacked by an army of ants. Well, it's really not an army, but since we're in warrior mode, okay. So another thing I'd like us to do, let's do the standing though. So come up to stand. So just before we come to our warriors, come to stand in the back of your chair. Bend your knees. Bend your right knee more so that your shin is parallel to the mat. Place your hands on the back of the chair and think about that long torso, long straight torso. And you're again going to hinge from the hip and come over as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe your foot will reach for the ceiling. Maybe you'll come over the top of your chair. And then come back up. Right, other side, first bend your knees. Bend your left one so that your shin is parallel with the mat. And then use your long straight torso, hinge at the hip to come over the back of your chair to send your foot to the ceiling or sky. And then bring it back down. So remember to, and I know you know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I say something like send your foot to the ceiling, that it always means any amount. So you'd send it back behind you, and maybe that's as far as it goes. It doesn't actually go all the way up to the ceiling. So please just remember that you go as far as your body is ready to go today. Okay, so let's do some warriors. Okay, so back of your chair. You're going to turn your left leg so that it's, or I'm going to say left because that's the leg I'm using. And you're going to step your right leg farther away. Now, take a look at your left leg, the heel of your left leg. It either lines up with the arch of your right leg or the heel. You want to make sure your left leg isn't collapsing inward. And you want to get your hips square. You don't want one hip up and the other up, so you want them even. Your shoulders should be square with the edge if you're using a mat. I hope you are, so that your chair doesn't slide. Send your arms straight out, look over your left hand for a warrior two. Why did I start with warrior two, you may be asking? There is no rhyme or reason. It just happened. It just happened this way. Bring your right hand down. Your left hand for peaceful warrior. If you need to hold on to the chair, you can still gesture with your right arm for a peaceful warrior. And then bring your legs together. So now we'll come to warrior one. So we're going to do the same thing with the back of the chair. You're going to bring both your toes so that you can just about see them. I know your chair is different from mine, but you're going to bend your right knee and step it back or left, so that you want to be on the same side with your warrior one that you were for warrior two. Warrior one, you can hold on to the chair. If you're holding on, make it your left hand that's on the back of the chair so that you have a better balance with the right hand up, the left knee bent. Look up at your hands. If you need to stay holding on to the chair, you do so. You can still gesture to a prayer and bring it to your heart. Send your arms back behind you or arm. Place the back of so your left hand's on the chair. The back of your hand is on your lower back. Inhale and then exhale, hinge at your hip and come over any amount. Bow your head for a humble warrior. Push into the mat with your feet and come up to stand. Step forward. Okay, so we're going to start with warrior one on this side because I'm facing this way, so we're all facing this way. So now left leg goes back. right hand on chair, right foot moving under the chair. So you can have your feet as far away from each other as you feel comfortable with, but your back foot must be flat on the mat. Lift your left arm overhead for your warrior one stance. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Look up. Say a prayer. Bring it to your heart. Bring the back of your left hand to your lower back. Inhale, exhale, come forward any amount. Bow your head for a humble warrior. Push into the mat with your feet to unfold. Hands on the chair, step forward. All right. So I will have to turn the chair around for this warrior two. So my right foot is bent. Line up your feet. Square your shoulders. Straight line from the mat, from the floor, all the way up, zipping, 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 all the way up. You're not like this. You're not like this. Straight line. Look over your right hand. Peaceful warrior. Remember, if you need to hold the chair, you can send a peace sign with your left hand. Toes pointing forward, and then walk your feet together. Okay, so let's do our warrior three. Whoa. And we'll use the chair. So we're going to do it two ways. With the back, we'll do it first this way. So turn your chair or walk around your chair so that you're facing the seat. Send your arms back and overhead. Hinge at the hips. Bring your hands to the seat of the chair and allow your shoulders to come over your wrists. You're going to keep your shoulders there, but you're going to walk your feet back. You're going to keep walking your feet back, keep walking them back until you move away from your wrists and begin to straighten your arms, your ears between your arms, your hands flat on the seat of the chair. Warrior one, step one. Now shift your weight to your left leg and lift your right leg, any amount. Make sure your knee is facing the mat so that your leg is rotated inwardly. You can soften your left knee. Bring your leg back down. Let's stay here to go to the right side. The left side, I'm sorry, the opposite side. You know what I meant. And then bring your leg down. Walk to the chair. Turn your chair around. or walk around it. I'm going to use the back of the chair this time. Walk your feet back, coming to that L shape that we did with our hands on the seat. I like this better because it more closely mimics an actual, a classical, I should say, warrior three. Shift your weight to your left, bend your knee a little, and send your right leg straight up behind you any amount. Again, make sure your knee is rotating inwardly. Your right leg is rotating inwardly. And bring it down next to your left. Pause. And do the other side. And then bring it down. My goodness. Okay. So that's why we did all that shoulder work earlier. All right. Okay, so let's come to sit. Okay. And just breathe for a minute or two. This is a lot of work. And let's do our final forward fold or sun salutation. Open your legs as wide as the corners of the chair. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fold over your legs. Bow down. And we're going to stay here. Now very, very gently unfold. And by gently, I mean keep your chin to your chest. So let your head be the last part to unfold so we don't get dizzy. Very slowly, very slowly. Okay. And let's just relax for a few minutes in our chair, Shavasana. Get as comfortable as you wish. Allowing your body to reset. Take a few deep breaths before you fully surrender to gravity. Continue to follow your natural breath, keeping your focus on your breath as you help it with your breath to reset and repair. Allowing your body to assimilate all the energy that you generated in your practice. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Take a deep breath and release it. And come back into your body. Well, you're not going to stay here for very long. We're going to go right to our meditation. So get in your comfortable meditation position. You're in a chair, so your feet should be grounded on the earth. And the crown of your head reaching to the heavens. Your hands on your lap. And start by following your breath, noticing the journey your breath takes from the moment you inhale to your last exhale, to the end of your breath. Bring your awareness to your heart. Feel your heart beating. And notice the power of that heartbeat, and that every breath you take fuels that heartbeat. Now say this phrase: I am, just I am. I am. Focusing attention on your being, just being, I am. And sending yourself this blessing. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and in mind. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. May I be at ease, happy, and free. Now bring to mind people that you love so very much. And your friends, your acquaintances, people you care about. Bring them all to mind. Focusing on how you feel for those people. I feel. I feel. I feel. And send them this blessing. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well in body and in mind. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be at ease, happy, and free. Now bring to mind people who may have hurt you, who are difficult, not easy to be around. I see. I hear without judgment. And let's send them this blessing as they may need it most. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well in body and in mind. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be at ease, happy, and free. And now allow your mind to wander to every place around the world. Notice children playing, people conversing, animals through the forest, in the fields, the entire world, the entire earth. I embrace. I embrace. I embrace. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well in body and in mind. May we be free from inner and outer dangers. May we be at ease, happy, and free. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel your heart beating. I am. I feel. I hear and see. I embrace. Release your hands, shake them loose, wiggle your toes. Thank you so much for being with me today. Namaste.